Hello, everyone. My name is Danny. This review is for the movie called Hellboy. It's a 2019 version. I did see it in theaters last week, and I've waited a couple days to do my review because I haven't known exactly what to say. And so I hope I say the right things, but here we go. Hellboy is a 2019 film. It's rated R, runs 2 hours. It's directed by Neil Marshall, and it stars David Harbour, Mila Jovovich, Ian McShane, Sasha Lane, Daniel Day Kim. And the description is in Hellboy, a flashback explains how King Arthur defeated the evil Blood Queen and scattered her body parts to keep her from reforming. In the present, Hellboy goes to Mexico to find a missing colleague, only to discover that he's turned into a vampire. Back at Bureau for Paranormal Research and Defense headquarters, Hellboy learns that a monster called Grugach has been stealing the Queen's body parts so he can reassemble her, which will bring about the end of human life. At the same time, premonitions say that Hellboy himself will somehow contribute to this, which causes several of his would-be colleagues, including a secret organization that holds one of the Queen's limbs, to try to kill him. When the Queen becomes whole, Hellboy teams with Alice and the BPRD's Major Ben Diemo for a final showdown with the world itself at stake. So I'm going to get my personal opinion out of the way of this. First, is that I actually liked the original Hellboy movies, and I was excited for this. I like the gore. I like the actors. I thought the storyline made enough sense, and I like creatures and fantastical worlds and stuff. And I mean, I'm probably one of the few people on the planet that liked Warcraft. I thought that movie was amazing. And I think this one was good, but it totally does not deserve the hate that it's getting. That's my personal opinion. 30 seconds of Danny time. Um, my critique of this movie is that I love Mila Jovovich. I have watched every Resident Evil movie at least 10 or 20 times. I, I enjoyed the actors in this movie. I thought they did a decent job. I think the weirdest ones are the people in this secret society. I think they're playing things off way too cool. I think they're trying to act, like they're seasoned professionals because they've been doing hunting and they've been in this line of, you know, defeating giants and stuff like that for a long time. But I thought they could have used more urgency, a little bit more realistic attitude about the whole thing. I think Hellboy was fine. I don't think that he got the correct lines to things, but I think he reacted to situations good. Like when he was backstabbed, he reacted in the right way. Like we know he's sort of invincible, and we know that he cannot really die, but this backstabbing like really hurt him. So the thing that I don't understand from the original movies to this one is I could have used some explanation of like why Hellboy was calling this guy dad the whole movie. That was really the only thing that got really annoying. Like I didn't sit through this movie saying that's stupid, that's stupid, that's stupid. I just thought him calling this guy dad the whole time was kind of stupid. That's the only thing I really thought was stupid. Um, I think the action was good. I don't think that people are going to understand it being entertaining because it kind of goes on the lines of like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. and not everybody saw those movies because they just looked stupid and kind of, slowed down action. But it's a good way of doing things, and if you can find some enjoyment in it and not berate it the whole time you're watching it, then you can just sit back and kind of enjoy it for being kind of okay action. Um, the other part of the acting part of the movie, criticism wise, is that I think people were trying to be funny without working that hard to get a laugh. And the movie that I was just thinking about the whole time I was watching Hellboy, the thing I was thinking about the whole time I was watching Hellboy is the Kingsman movies. Like the action in that is brutal, and it's awesome to watch. It's fun to watch. It's just nonstop. It's brutality. It's entertaining to watch all that. And Hellboy is trying to do the same thing by just showing you what you want to see. It's what everybody wants to see is just blood and guts and dismemberments and heads cut off. It's cool stuff. You all know you went to go see this movie because of that. You know it. It might have gone a little bit on the comic side of things, but as far as Kingsman goes, like that comparison, I think that Kingsman does a prolific job of entertaining us, not working hard to get a laugh, and having all this great action. And I think Hellboy was on that level, but it just went way too comic with the green blood and the arms being flailing all over the place and all this stuff. And what kept me from hating this movie is the people in it. I mean, Mila, she's going to be going down as one of the greatest actresses because of what she's done. She's been in some bad movies, Three Musketeers and this. I mean, like she'll have some bad projects along the way, but she's a really seasoned person. And I think she handled the Queen role good, but I think they painted her out to be like almost a little too snippy or a little bit too correct. And she's this all-powerful being. I think the best part is her interaction with Hellboy at the end, and that just tells me that she knows how to pull off a really, really smart character. So I appreciated her for that. I appreciate most of the side characters and the people that helped us along the way. I thought the Giants were very entertaining, running across the field. I thought a lot of the stuff that Hellboy got to do was surprising, with the vampires and stuff. So all in all, I mean, I know I've talked about a lot of stuff in the movie, but that's because a lot of people just think this is one of the worst things ever. It's not that. I think that you can go into it with a fresh mind. You can watch the whole thing, and like me, a couple days later, it kind of hits you that some things were good, some things were bad, but mostly, it made a lot of sense. It's kind of like a Vin Diesel movie. It just, you take some figuring out, it has some action, and then there's the ending, and it all makes sense, and it was fine. It's just fine. So I think a good rating for Hellboy, the 2019 version, is a C minus. I think it's fair. I think it tells people that you should give it a watch. It might be interesting. It might be for some people. It might not be for some people. But it's not the worst movie ever made. It's not terrible. The actors really do a good job. And they have a lot to work with. And the graphics are, they're just free to do whatever they want. And when things like that happen, that's fine. So I would give it a chance and keep an open mind and just try and enjoy Hellboy for what it is, because we'll probably get more. It's going to be a movie that's going to be around probably the rest of our lives. It's one that you can kind of keep redoing because obviously they've redone it. So I would enjoy watching another Hellboy movie, and I think you should too. But for this one, a C minus. Thanks a lot, guys. My name's Danny. If you like this or any of my other videos, try and give some of them a watch. Like and subscribe to my channel if you would. And as always, enjoy your movies. Thanks.